Hi, this is Jeline from the Honors Tutorial. Our topic for today is about division of a polynomial by a binomial. So let us have this example. So we have here dividing polynomials by a binomial. Example number 1, we have here y cubed plus 3y plus 2 divided by y plus 1. So we are going to use long method of division. Y squared, the first given, y squared plus 3y plus 2 should be our dividend here. So it will become y squared plus 3y plus 2 divided by y plus 1. So what are we going to do next? You have to divide y squared and y. So that is y squared, let me write it here, divided by y. And that is equal to y. It is because when dividing variables, we have to subtract its exponent. So we have here 2 minus 1, and that is 1. So that's why we have here y. Your answer will be written here, and that's y. And then multiply this one, y times y, and that is y squared here. And then don't forget to multiply y and 1. So that is positive 1y or positive y. And then after that, don't forget to change the sign of y squared and y. So this is positive, we will get the opposite. It will become negative. Positive will become negative. And then we have to subtract. Y squared minus y squared cancel. Positive 3y minus y. We have here opposite signs, so therefore you have to subtract the numbers. So for y, the number is 1, the numerical coefficient, though it is invisible. 3 minus 1, that's 2, and then copy the variable, which is y, and then copy the sign of the larger number, that's positive, and then bring down positive 2. And then please continue the process. You have to divide 2y and y. 2y divided by y. So as you can see here, we have to subtract the exponents, so cancel. So we have here 2. So positive 2. So plus 2. So multiply 2 times y, that's 2y. We will write it here. 2y, and then 2 times 1, that's positive 2. Before combining the upper equation and then the lower equation, you have to change the sign first. This 2y is positive, then let's make it a negative number. Positive will become negative. Always get the opposite sign. And then 2y minus 2y cancel. 2 minus 2 cancel also. So the answer is y plus 2. We don't have any remainder because the remainder part is 0. That is for example number 1. Let us have another example here. Let's have number 2. We have here n squared plus 6n plus 5 divided by n plus 1. The process is the same. N squared plus 6n plus 5 will be your dividend here. And then n plus 1 will be your divisor. So we have here n plus 1. Kindly divide n squared and then n squared divided by n. So that is n. So write it here. N times n, that is n squared. Write it here below. And then n times 1, that is positive n. So plus n. And then don't forget to change the sign. So n squared is a positive number. We will change this into a negative number. Positive n is a positive number. Then we will change this into a negative number. N squared minus n squared cancel. Why? Because the numerical coefficient is the same. 1 minus 1 is 0. Though it is not written in here, but it is here. But it is invisible number. So 1 minus 1 is 0, so cancel. 2 minus 2 is 0 also, so cancel. No need to write n squared. And then, for this part, that's 6n minus n. Since we have here positive and negative number, we have to subtract the numbers. So for n, we have here an invisible number 1. So therefore, we have to subtract 6 minus 1, that's 5. Write 5 here. And then copy the variable, which is n. And then copy the sign of the larger number, which is positive. And then kindly bring down 5 here, so plus 5. And then after that, continue the process of dividing the numbers. 5n divided by n, so that's 5, so plus 5. 5 times n, that's positive 5n. 5 times 1, this 5 times 1, that's positive 5. And then please don't forget to change the sign. So positive, then it will become negative. Positive, then it will become negative. 5n minus 5n cancel. 5 minus 5 cancel. So this is 0. The final answer is n plus 5. So that's for number 2. Next, let's have another example. So that's example 3. We have here x squared minus 5x plus 6 divided by x minus 2. The process is still the same. X squared minus 5x plus 6 will be your dividend. And then x minus 2, write it here as your divisor. And then divide. X squared divided by x, that's x. X times x is x squared. X times negative 2. You have to include the sign. So x times negative 2 is negative 2x. And then, don't forget to change the sign of your second or numbers below the first given. So positive, it will become negative. Negative will become positive. So x squared minus x squared cancel. Negative 5x plus 2x. We have here opposite sign, so you have to subtract the numbers. 5 minus 2 is 3. Copy the variable, which is x, and then copy the sign of the larger number, so that's minus. And then plus 6. Bring down this. And then subtract negative 3x to positive x, and that is negative 3 here. So that's negative 3 times x, so that is negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 2, that's positive 6. And then please change the sign. So this negative number will become positive. This positive will become negative. Negative 3x plus 3x, so cancel. Positive 6 minus 6, that's cancel, so it's 0. The answer is x minus 3. So that's it for dividing polynomials by a binomial. I hope that you have learned something about it today. If you have inquiries about us, kindly message the honors tutorials page. Thank you and God bless.